Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of MasterMind Minutes. That's where we share some insights from experts, and we try to do it in under 10 minutes so you don't have to invest an hour in front of your computer at a webinar. My name is Gary Occhiogrosso. I am the founder and managing partner for Franchise Growth Solutions. And if you want to learn more about that, you can just click the link above. Today, our guest is Doug Smith. He is the director of ROI Experts, which is a digital marketing agency that works with restaurants around the world on generating trackable, and that's the key word there, trackable ROI. And they have a unique ROI engine platform that he'll explain to us. Doug is a 27-year veteran of radio sales and marketing, and I think in the past, Doug, I have mentioned to you that you don't look old enough to have 27 years of experience, but I thank you for being with us today. Before I give you the one question, please tell us a little bit about ROI Experts and how you guys work.
Back in 2015, he had a traditional marketing agency, and he had a couple restaurant clients. One of them was a pretty well-known beer house. That's a franchise out of Munich, Germany. And he had a budget of about $1.4 million a year, and they bought all the traditional mainstream media and everything else, sports teams. And one day, one of the owners made a comment that he couldn't deposit likes in the bank, meaning social media. He didn't like it. And so it was more or less a challenge where Matt said, all right, if I can prove it to you, will you let me keep working it? He said, absolutely. Well, that's the biggest mystery in any kind of marketing is it working? At all my years in radio, it's kind of, maybe it's working, maybe it's not. You couldn't really track it. So Matt created this program, and on National Pretzel Day in 2015, they spent around $400 worth of advertising in 3 markets on Facebook, and it generated over $18,000 in trackable sales. They were able to know this ad brought in this person, and they spent this much. Well, the owner said, I can deposit $18,000, keep doing what you're doing. Well, word quickly spread. Matt wrote a book. It's called Don't 86 Your Restaurant Sales. It's available on Amazon. And it just exploded to where he funneled his agency from all these different verticals to just restaurants. And that's what we do. We have clients around the world. We also coach different small digital agencies on our platform. And it's really just cool to be able to now finally have conversations with people to say, your marketing is working, your marketing isn't working, here's what we need to tweak. So that's what we do.
That's great. And I think, I mean, it's spot on in the sense that certainly a lot of my clients, they'll often ask, I don't know if this is working. I see that we have more engagement. I see more people clicking on and commenting on our Facebook page, but I don't see sales going up. And how do you connect the two? So that's great, and I would recommend anyone listening today, if you want to know more about this, obviously contact Doug. And Doug, I'll ask you for your contact information at the end so that it's kind of the last thought we leave people. So here's our one MasterMind Minutes question for the day. We've all been watching the television, and we see that the country is beginning to think about, and actually some states are starting to reopen. And that will probably, and most appropriately, happen in different sections of the country at different times. I mean, here in the New York area where I am, we're probably later on that timeline because of the scope of it here in the New York market. But in addition to different areas, it's going to happen in different phases. So what can you share with restaurant owners, retail owners, with respect to their marketing and what they should be thinking about and plan, and then obviously execute on how to best practice their marketing through these different phases?
Yeah, good question. Really, it comes down to 3 different things. There's a philosophy that I've always worked under, and it's the idea of know, like, and trust. First off, people have to know you. That's where marketing comes in. It's visibility. It's being out front. And in times like this, when the economy goes down, whether it's the Great Recession in 2008 or the tragedy of 9/11, we've always had economic downturns. But history proves those that stay visible and market they increase their sales when things get better. And it's really hard to try to wrap your head around, but you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. So number one, be known, market, stay visible, social media. You can do it for low cost, no cost. Go live on your Facebook page, post videos, show engagement. So you have to be visible. That is number one. Number two, like. People have to like you. They have to have a certain level of comfort. Well, that's where the visibility and getting people to know you comes in. People buy based on emotion and they back it up with logic. The example of that is, have you ever bought anything and about 24 to 48 hours later, you had buyer's remorse and you go, why in the world did I buy that? Well, you bought it, you talked yourself into it, and then logic kicked in later and all the facts and figures, and you kind of go, oh man, well, people buy based on emotion. So connect with these people. We have clients right now who are posting pictures in bios of their employees. So, so many businesses, whether it's restaurants or small businesses, they're out there saying, buy local, support local, your money stays here. Well, these people are putting a face with the money stays here. We have one restaurant out in Oklahoma, and they have one employee named Tanner. Well, Tanner is 23 years old, and he's done this and he's done that. His likes, his interests, and they're putting a face with the name. Well, people are being drawn into that. The owner every night does a video. Hey, thank you. And he thanks their customers, and he talks about what the day was like and what the struggles are all about. It's a connection. No small chance that they're also, this place just had their highest revenue week since July. And they're in a virus, and they just had their highest revenue week since July. People know them. People like them. They feel a connection with them. And the last part is trust. You do all this effort to get people in. It's the old adage of, under promise, over deliver. When someone comes in, how are you wowing them? Just being good isn't going to cut it anymore. You really got to wow people. In the restaurant space, delivery, carry out right now. How about this idea? Go out and buy a bunch of payday candy bars. Go out and buy the 100 grand bars and put a little note inside of the carryout package that says, hey, here's our way to help give you a stimulus. Here's 100,000. And it's something different that when people open that bag, they go, oh, wow. So they know you, they like you. Now they trust you. The food was good. The experience was good. And it doesn't have to just be overall restaurants, but it's following that simple blueprint. But it all starts with staying visible right now and being different and just showing who you are and connecting with people emotionally. We're seeing it firsthand. The people who are doing it are having success right now. That would be my number one recommendation.
That's great. Great insight. That's a sound bite probably to a larger story that you would share with folks. So why don't you share how people can get in touch with you? Because that's one question, and there's probably many more. So how can folks get in touch with you if they want to know more about how to have their highest week since July of last year?
My email is Doug, D-O-U-G, at Matt Plapp. It's MattPlapp.com. Matt Plapp is my business partner, the guy who created the whole platform. And I'm not afraid to put my mobile out there as well. I'm always available. My number is 513-535-9123. Those are the two easiest ways to get a hold of me. Our website is mattplapp.com. And we are visible. We're out there, and we willingly give advice for free. We've been there, done that.
Good.
Matt and his family owned a boat dealership that went kaboom in 2008. Didn't get any support from the banks, didn't get any support from the government. Their vendors turned their back on him. So he's been there, done that from a business side. So we have a very unique perspective, and we want to help as much as we can. So if someone can reach out to me, happy to talk.
Great. And we will put your contact information. We amplify this on LinkedIn. It also sits on the Franchise Growth Solutions website, and it also appears in the Franchise Moneymaker online magazine that we publish. So that contact information will be there. Well, I thank you for being with us today. We will certainly take your words to heart and contact you for additional information on that. For those of you who've been following the series, thank you very much. And we hope to see you again soon on Mastermind Minutes. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.